The COVID pandemic is creating hundreds, if not thousands, of new entrepreneurs in Oklahoma. Men and women who have lost their jobs in other industries and are now reinventing themselves and their careers. According to the Oklahoma Employment Security Commission, and these are the latest numbers available, as of July, 128,000 Oklahomans were unemployed, 68,000 more than in July of 2019. And almost 14,000 jobs have been lost in the mining and oil and gas industries. On the positive side, professional and business services added 4,400 jobs in June, and that same total applies to new work in trade, transportation, and utilities. And then there are those who are taking advantage of a state program to trade one career for another. ONR's Steve Shaw reports on Oklahoma businesses that have seized an opportunity that would not have existed without the COVID pandemic to get back to business.
They're individually bagged and put into each box, so each pallet has 3,000 shields, and that's how we ship them.
Jacob Robertson and his brother Brendan Quick co-own Western Industries just south of downtown Oklahoma City. The company's been in business since 1973 and is an FDA-licensed manufacturer of medical supplies. They also make wooden pallets, crates, and foam cushioning. When COVID-19 hit 6 months ago, Western Industries pivoted to special face shields. They crank out more than 15,000 a day.
We went to work. I mean, it was a matter of, okay, we know we can get the materials because we already had a domestic supply chain set up for the raw materials necessary to make face shields.
Western Industries used $120,000 from a newly created fund called the State Bounce Back Fund to help pay for 35 new employees that they pay $15 to $18 an hour.
Face shields, are comparatively what we make is inexpensive versus what you might find if you've been to Lowe's. Recently you might see a face shield for sale there and it's $9 or $10. These shields are going to be under $2 a piece. And it depends on volume.
Shortly after COVID hit our state, Governor Kevin Stitt released $15 million to help companies like Western Industries switch from what they were making to producing personal protective equipment like face shields, face masks, gloves, gowns, and hand sanitizer. At least 132 companies statewide are on board.
There were thousands and thousands of jobs that were saved through that process just because we were able to provide a little bit of a carrot to help them go ahead and make an investment.
Speaking of hand sanitizer, Gemini Industries has a 50-year history in El Reno. 150 employees manufacture solvents. Since March, however, they've been producing what Gemini Vice President Jason Melton says is the Cadillac of hand sanitizer.
We've been doing somewhere between 15 to 20,000 gallons a day since the middle of March.
Gemini was one of the first companies in the state to apply for a $70,000 chunk of the money Governor Stitt released from the state's Quick Action Closing Fund. They initially called it the State Reboot Program.
Because there was a huge demand. We've supplied everything from local communities to large customers like American Airlines. There was a demand. My phone kept ringing and ringing and ringing. People needed it.
No state was ready for that. No country was ready for something like this. But we wanted to make sure that we were at the forefront of protecting our citizens as quickly as possible.
And Kisling says Oklahomans should be proud.
We have very innovative companies here, but they're also benevolent. And that's the other thing we've seen as we've traveled around the state, the governor and I visiting a lot of these companies that receive Reboot and Bounce Back grants. They do have pride in the fact that they're helping to save lives, to keep people healthy, and to keep their employees on the payroll and contributing to the business as well.
Gemini gives a lot of its product away.
Makes you feel good knowing that Gemini does something for the community.
That's a lot of hand sanitizer.
Yes, sir, it is. A lot.
I got to stay employed, so that was exciting. I mean, getting to feed all of our families was a big plus.
Over in Broken Arrow, $120,000 in Reboot funds helped a company called Rapid Application Group pivot from making products for the aerospace, energy, and healthcare industries to producing special face masks and face shields.
So we've shipped our face masks and face shields all over the world, to India, to Germany. We really revolutionized the way that the healthcare professionals think about utilizing N95 masks with our product.
Robert Morrill is grateful to have a job here.
This job has made a difference in my life in that I'm fortunate to come up and get up every day and come to work and be able to provide a service for everybody.
Terry Hill not only owns Rapid Application Group, he's a former Army evacuation pilot who 10 years ago was injured in an accident. He's 100% disabled, but you want him on your side.
So we have a 501c3 that we also bring in disabled and transitioning veterans and put them through advanced manufacturing training. So we do a lot of things outside the ordinary to improve the quality of life of veterans.
Steve Shaw, the Oklahoma News Report.
Steve, thanks. And here's the best part. None of the 3 Oklahoma companies we just told you about have laid off or furloughed any employees due to COVID-19.